Okay, so I made some journals and I think they came out kind of cute actually. They're a little cuckoo though because they are made from the fronts of authentic cuckoo clocks that were made in Germany, early 1900s. I found this shop that was just selling pieces parts, and some of them were still intact, but they had the majority of the working parts were not there, so I didn't feel bad about completely taking the guts out and using the fronts. So that's what I did. I had 5 of them. I dismantled them. I painted the faces to the clocks with some gesso, and then I sanded them down to distress them a little bit, and this is what I ended up with. Now I had some book covers. These are from the late 1800s. These are hand marbled papers that are on the covers, and these corners and this slat on the side here is leather. I did not have good fronts and backs to the books, so I ended up making a copy of the cover on the outside and the inside, and then printed it out, and then that is what the cover is on the back. So the front is authentic, the backs are copies. Now, with some paper that I had jelly printed in the past, I have a pile of stuff that's just sitting there, not knowing what I'm going to do with it. I decided to make some beads out of this. It was cardstock that I had done with different coppers and things like that. And so I did these to simulate the weights that cuckoo clocks have that makes them run. And then these chains that are holding these little weights were the chains that really did hold the weights on the clocks. I got quite a few pieces of that chain, and so I decided to make a little charm and include that in each cover. Also, I printed out some cardinals and put a little gesso on them to look a little bit like snow time, and put those as the hands on the covers of each of the books. So that covers all the similarities, I guess, in the books, and then each cover is different. The insides, the pages inside have just plain fabrics. It has plastered fabrics. It has gesso fabric. It also has various weights and types of like mixed media paper, watercolor paper, things like that. And this is more of a book that you would do different forms of art in, whether you just glue like me, or you draw, or you can journal in it. Whatever it is that you do, it's ready for you to do it. All right, so that's the basics on all of them. And so now I'll show them to you individually. Oops, I should have given them a number as we're looking at them. So let's do that. We'll do that as we look at them. How about that? How about that? Why don't we do that? And I have some little tags here. That way there's no confusion which is which. I didn't think of doing that ahead of time. That's okay. We can do it together. No biggie. Right? Right. That's what they have an edit button for. Which I hate to edit videos, so you're probably going to see the whole thing. No editing here. let me find a pencil. No, that's not going to work. Let's try this. Let's see if this is working. I have several pens that they just work when they, when they feel like it, and when they don't feel like it, they don't. All right, so this one's number 1. And I'm going to put that through here and hope it doesn't fall out. Ah, oh my goodness. Okay, edit, edit. Okay, all done. All done. I went ahead and did them all. All right, so this is the front of this one. I think they're so cute. Oh, let me get you dimensions. Very important. So this is almost 6, a little over 5 3/4 by 8.5. Inside here, these are tags that you can, do whatever it is you want to do with them. They're just printed out and cut. They're not decorated or anything, but I just put them here together. Each book has, well, some of them are the same, some are different. I'll just look at them very quickly. It's like 4 or 5 of them. I can't remember. And I kind of leaned toward kind of sort of the winter look, but you can go in any direction with this book. This is some bark cloth, and I put different pieces of old lace that I have, and just really try to create a backdrop for you to really, do something unusual with your artwork. Those of you that have bought my plaster journals before, you realize, how fun they are to work in. So you can see there's a variety of papers and thicknesses, and different types of fabric. This is also bark cloth. This has been plastered. And here and there I put little pictures of some bluebirds, winter birds. Here is some old wallpaper that I had, and I thought, you might want to use that in collages or something. And this is embossed wallpaper, and I love working with that. Here's a plastered page. It may not show up as plaster, but that is a piece of canvas that has been plastered. This is also plastered, and this is can't remember if this was a old tablecloth or one of the large napkins, but it was linen. And then I just have some papers that I've done in the past, some little tags. You might be able to use those. The other side of the plaster. This was one of the grungy indigo papers I did. I had a few of those left over, so I put some in there, and I have some more plaster. This is also some canvas that has been plastered. Another bird. More plaster. And the other side of that plastered canvas. And there you go. And it has that open hinge that we've done together in the past, those of you that work with me with the tutorials that we do. So that is number 1. And then each one comes just with a little small packet here It just has a couple of, these are silk hydrangea leaves, I should say petals. Um, Here's one of those little cardinals that I put on the hands for the clock. A couple of older um, blue napkins. Yeah, right. Stamps. And these, okay, now this was funny. I didn't know that they were real cuckoo birds. I just thought, I don't know what I thought, but there's cuckoo birds. And so I looked them up, and here are some cuckoo birds. And I'm thinking, what the heck is a cuckoo journal without a couple of cuckoo birds? Hello. So I printed out a few of those that maybe you might want to collage with, or, just maybe glue them on the pages or create some tags with them. But they're kind of cool. Who knew? I didn't. I'm sure maybe you guys already knew. But I've never seen a cuckoo before. Anyway, so that is in there. And then I had a small piece of this chenille, and it was, blues and whites, and I said, why not? So I threw a small piece of that in there in case. I think it would look kind of cool as tabs or something, maybe sticking out on the sides. That might look kind of cool. And especially if you went for the wintry look, that really looks wintry to me. Anyway, so each journal comes with one of these. All right, so let's look at journal number 2. Here's Mr. Cuckoo here. And again, the little weights that I made out of the paper. And some of those tags. That's that. And I used all the same papers and fabrics in them in here, but in different, different orders. But it's all the same stuff. The same laces. I think it was like from 3 different sources, and I put the same ones in. This is plastered. Grungy. More plastered canvas. Mixed media paper. I did some stenciling with some of the plaster on that. You may not be able to see that. This is like more plaster. This is some bark cloth. Here is the wallpaper, both of them. Some more plaster. Mixed media. Watercolor. Some lace that was plastered. Another piece. This is some canvas that was plastered. You're starting to see, the pattern now. Same stuff. Oh, little birdie. Okay, so that one is number 2, and comes with that same little packet that I showed you before. This one is number 3. Oh, little squirrels. Don't show that to my dogs. That'll be causing trouble. Trouble for sure. Plaster, paper, fabric, plaster, paper, little birdie. mixed media. Oh, wait. Oh, I put 2 in there. Okay, well, you get 2. What can I say? I better make sure it has the other one, too. Wallpapers. Plaster. Plaster. Bark cloth. Plaster. Another piece of plaster. Watercolor. And some of those pieces of paper that I eco-printed at one point. Watercolor. Oh, there's the other birdie. And there you go. Plus the little packet. That's number 3. I made 5, in case I didn't mention that. Get this out of the way. Oh, dear. There's that. This has some plaster. This is a mixed media, but they got stuck a little bit. Bark cloth, mixed media, plastered lace, mixed media, and here is some of the wallpaper. Mr. Birdie. Some plaster, bark cloth, plaster, watercolor. This is canvas that's been plastered. Another little birdie. Bark. Plaster. A little stenciling. Mixed media. Mixed media. And the bark cloth. There's that way the spine is made. That was number what? 4. There you go. And here is the last one. Some bark cloth, mixed media, tweet tweet. This is the canvas that has the plaster. Wallpapers. Some mixed media. Whoops. Mixed media. A little piece of bark cloth. This has been plastered. Plaster, grungy watercolor, little papers, tweet tweet, bark cloth, plastered lace, plastered canvas, mixed media, ta-da! And of course the spine again. All right, that's number 4. So I have been playing with these little cuckoo houses way too much. They're driving me cuckoo. So, so every time you see something, it's because I'm tired of them and they need a new home. And who does not want their own little cuckoo clock journal? Tell me, how can you resist a cuckoo clock journal? I'm serious. So I think it's time for them to find a new home. And I'm pretty sure it's with one of you. Thank you.